It is Monday, May 22nd of 2022. And this is Guy's Daily Drive. Bam! Alrighty. And good morning, everyone, and welcome to Guy's Daily Drive as I go over some bumps, which makes my voice horrible as I hit those bumps. Life is back to relative normal. Every day that I'm supposed to go in, I'm going into work. I'm driving at night, though I'll discuss that in just a second. That was a fun experience. And try to do stuff. I try to do more normal stuff. Cut the grass, or most of the grass, on Saturday. I was going to finish it off on Sunday, but it rained really pretty heavy Saturday night. So I'll try to get to that probably after work today or sometime tomorrow. But this, and it sounds like this is like the normal boring stuff. And it's like, you know what? I could use a little bit of normal and boring after everything that's happened. Some of the stuff that we did this weekend, Friday, I ended up leaving work early because I wasn't really feeling well, and I was concerned because Friday night we were going to go to Spamalot at the see Spamalot at the Kennedy Center, and things ended up kind of mellowing out. So we did. We took my car. I drove to the Kennedy Center, which is close to, well, no, because I drove all the way out to Tyson's Corner. I was going to say that's like the farthest I've driven, but that's not true. I drove out to Tyson's Corner and then out to the Shabine and then home. That was Wednesday. But we went out to see Spamalot, and it was just as funny as it was when Peter did it a number of years ago in high school. And and the good thing about seeing something on a large stage is that, of course, they're going to have a much larger budget than a high school production will. So they had some animated effects, and they had some stuff that, very, timely stuff that isn't going to be funny to someone 4 years from now, but it was certainly funny to us. They got to the part of the show, and if you haven't seen it, minor spoiler, they sing a song about how you won't succeed on Broadway if you don't have any Jews, and it's a very funny song. And while they were singing the song, they were flashing up very successful Jewish people who have done things on Hollywood or on stage or writing or directing, and these are all what's going on here? These are all very, very famous people who have done significant things in relation to entertainment. And for people who might not know who he is, we currently have a Congressman, George Santos, who is in let's just say a spot of bother because apparently he has lied his ass off. Allegedly has lied his ass off, and is under investigation for fraud and all kinds of other things. And when they were showing famous Jewish people in entertainment, right at the very end, they flashed his name too. And because this is Washington D.C. and people who live in this area generally, I guess, follow politics a little more than people who live outside the D.C. area. And we all got the joke, and we all thought it was pretty funny. But the show was, as I said, the show was just brilliant, and it was highly recommended if you get a chance to go see it. Speaking of shows, next month they're doing, I'm not sure where, it's either the National Theater or back at the Kennedy Center. They're doing The Play That Goes Wrong. Now, unlike the one we saw in New York, which had most of the original cast, this will not. This is probably a traveling company, and that's fine. The material stands on its own, and as long as you have people who are really relatively good actors, then there's absolutely no reason why the show won't be just as funny. And we saw it a number of years ago. Don't remember where. Again, it was like National Theater or Kennedy Center. Very, very funny. And so we're going to go try to see that again, and hopefully get Guy and Peter involved as well. And these are just like the kinds of things that we want to do, instead of just kind of pushing it off and saying, oh, well, we'll catch that next time, or we'll do that next time, or we'll do that later on, because sometimes later on isn't there. So do the things that you want to do. And it kind of brings up, I made this point to Tracy a number of years ago, long time ago, 10 plus years ago. We were down in North Carolina, and we had done, over the course of years, because Tracy has relatives in that area, we had done all of the Civil War stuff over and over again. And, Civil War stuff, great, battlefield, very significant, history happened here. But once you've been there once, there's not a whole lot that's going to change. It's like, oh, okay, anyone else have a battle here, from the last time that we were here? And the answer is going to be no, there hasn't. So it's going to be all the same stuff. So I'd always looked for other things to do while we were in North Carolina. And I found this place that sells and consigns to sell classic cars. So we go there, and I'm sure when we went there, Tracy was thinking that, she was going to have to keep me from buying some, beautiful classic car. And as it turned out, no, I was the one that was encouraging her to buy a beautiful classic car. She found, it's a 1972 Volkswagen Beetle, orange, seen from Space Orange. And I won't go into that whole story now. But beautiful car, completely restored. And I could tell that she really wanted it. And it was like, look, if this is something that you want and you can afford it, then buy it. Why deny yourself something that you want and can afford, without having to eat macaroni and cheese for a month or whatever? Then just go ahead and buy it. Why deny yourself some simple pleasures? And it wasn't that it was cheap, because it wasn't, but she could afford it. At that point, our house was paid for, the kids' college funds were all, all the way up top to 100%. So why not? And so she did, and she still has it today. And this is now 10, 12 years ago, something like that. And she loves that car. She, once the weather gets nice, she doesn't drive it a lot, and certainly not in bad weather. But she loves that car, and she drives it as often as she can. I can't drive it because it's, it's too small for me. Hey, Dave, what's going on, man? David Avery, checking in, David. Thanks for watching. But yeah, don't deny yourself the simple things, because sometimes there is no tomorrow. So that's what that was what I told her then, and it's kind of what we're telling ourselves now, with all of the medical stuff that's happened over the last year, mostly with me, almost entirely with me, except for COVID, which we both had. It's like, don't put off those things, because and I've said this before right here on this channel. when you die, you won't be thinking about all of your great successes. You won't be thinking about, oh, I did this and I did that and I accomplished this and blah, 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 blah. No, you'll think about the things that you wish you had done when you could. And as far as that car went, that was one of the things that she could do and she did do, and that won't be a regret later on. And who knows? I mean, eventually she'll sell it eventually. And will she make her money back on it? Will she get more than what she paid for it? I don't know. Probably not. But it doesn't matter. She's had something that she really likes now for over 10 years, and it's brought her a great deal of joy. So do those things. Do the things that make you happy while you can. So that's the message. That's the message for today. Do the things that make you happy while you can. And and again, that you can afford, and you're not going to put a hardship on someone else to do those things. So those, do those things. Anyway, I'm repeating myself. I don't want to regret repeating myself, so I'm not going to. If you want to get a hold of me, you can. It's so very easy. Guy@mymac.com. Podcast@vertshark.com. I'm on the Twitters and Counter Social and Mastodon as Mac Parrot. I'm on Twitter also as VertShark. There's the VertShark webpage, which I have finally put new content on. Yay! It's the video for the last 2 Guy Daily Drives and for the last mymac.com podcast, which the audio bit just came out yesterday. So, yeah, there's that. There's that right there. Do those things. Do those things. If you want to help support the channel, and you don't have to, I'll keep doing it, whether you support me or not, is go to Patreon, patreon.com/MacParrot. You can go to coffee, ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or you can pay a pal at paypal.me/MacParrot. Just don't have to. Just enjoy the madness. Hold on, I need to change lanes here. And changing lanes to the right requires a lot of concentration and a lot of hope. I'm going to stop doing everything else because I need to move to the right lane, kind of thing. Oh, I was going to talk about my drive home from Spamalot. Maybe next time I do a Guy's Daily Drive. But I'm going to end this one because it's time to end this. So thank you also very, very much for watching and or listening to Guy's Daily Drive. It is greatly appreciated. And I will see all of you next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.